Oop, there we go. Now I'm firing it. Boom. We are good to go.
Chat loud. Strike the match. FFS. You already know. Yeah. Pulling up live, sparks in our eyes, smoke in the air, truth mixed with lies. Screens glow red when the timer ticks. We don't beg, we burn for it. Names light up when the donors land. Every flame got a helping hand from the first hello to the last goodbye. You keep the fire alive. Hands up, feed the flame. Every click, every name. Hear that crackle, feel that rush. Say it with us, say it loud. FFS, fuel the fire. FFS, take it higher. Tornadoes hit and the blaze won't stop. Lights ignite when the stories drop. FFS, stand behind us. FFS, right beside us. From the spark to the burning end. Fire for sluts. This is family. Late nights, chaos, laughs, and heat. Truth or lies at our feet. You throw gas, we light the fuse. Nothing here, we're scared to lose. Every voice in the scrolling sea makes this more than just you and me. Built this flame from chat and trust. All it takes is one more spark. Hands up, feed the flame. Every click, every name. Hear that crackle, feel that rush. Say it with us, say it loud. FFS, feel the fire. FFS, take it higher. Tornadoes hit and the blaze won't stop. Lights ignite when the stories drop. FFS, stand behind us. FFS, right beside us. From the spark to the burning end. Fire for sluts. This is family. Still burning when the screen goes black. Every flame finds its way back. If it's hot, if it's loud, if it's us, you know who started it.
Hello, 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 everyone. How is it going today? This is Sour Power with Abby. Hello, Abby. How's it going?
I am great. How are you doing?
Good, good. Now, I wanted to bring up right up front. I know this has been something that popped up quite a while ago, but I did want to bring up front that now that Fat Camp is officially over, the next big thing that's going to be popping up as far as locale events, as far as we know, is going to be the locale NASCAR. So I actually just pulled that up on stream just as a reminder for everyone that that is going to be coming up. And I will play that real quick for you guys. And this is the rendering of it. Oh, hey. All right, we got it. Chill out. But yeah, I just wanted to have that up as a reminder. Oh, I didn't grab my jacket here, but you know, that is what our jackets are. That is kind of what the jackets were centered around, is the NASCAR thing. I am not seeing people in chat, which is mighty suspicious. Let me just click over and double check for a minute. We still are on the auto start, auto stop thing, guys, because we are still waiting for back end for myself. So I am just going to double check while I'm going. If anyone, oh, okay, Fallen Up has already written in there. All right, perfect. Now the gray should be released. We do not have control of that today, but I did try making sure that that got set up for you guys. So I believe we're streaming on the right one. Fallen Up says free the grays. The grays should be released. I was told that they were, so hopefully they are today. If not, I'm going to shoot for getting back end access again tomorrow. I'm sorry, guys. It is what it is. We can only control so much on that front. But yeah, the next event that's coming up is the NASCAR announcement. Now, one of the things that I've been showing when I was on Locale Jesters was the cards as far as on the website. Now, I have actually gotten the cards since then. So just as a quick little show, There's a whole bunch. Oh, well, any of the ones with the green are going to be invisible. But, yeah, check out the Lolcow TCG. Abby, was the code just Fire for Fire's channel for it? Because I know Jester's was Jester.
I think so,
okay.
yes.
I believe it's Fire.
Yes.
We will make sure that the link is going to be in there. Again, until I get back-end access, I can't actually set up the piece. Oh, that one's so shiny that you can't even tell. But yeah, these are really cool. It's difficult to show. Here, let me grab one. This one is one of my favorites. I actually got the whole CD case for it. Ooh. Oh, you got a bunch of the crazy ones.
No. So I had all of them. And magically they're missing from my wallet. My Keemstar ones, my Lolcow Live ones.
Whoa.
My Krispy Kreme.
No.
Yeah. They're missing.
Well,
Oh my
here I was
gosh,
just trying to be innocent and show the cards finally getting them. I started sleeving them, and there's already some tea.
I was so happy to have all of them.
No.
You know what though? I got a signed Boogie card.
Okay, that's pretty sick though. Yeah, 100%.
And I've got a nightmare card signed. So.
Oh, cool. Nice. But all the other ones gone.
I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna message Keem and be like, they took them.
What
I need my signed Keem card back.
Oh, there was one that Keem actually signed that's gone too. Dude.
I didn't even take a picture with him, and
Dude. What? What was happening? What? Does no one respect like personal property there? Like, I get that they're Lolcows and things, but
guess not.
what?
Guess not. My cash didn't touch my cash. It was literally a box filled with these. They could have went to the box and just gotten more of them.
Oh, Kalo, they know for 10.
It works.
Fire sluts.
We'll obviously have those sound changed, but
Dino super chatted $10. Glad you made it home safe, Abby. Sour happy you have a home here on Fire. Appreciate you both.
You heard that one? Abby? You could hear it?
The crashing. Oh, yes, I could.
Yes.
Yes.
Ah,
Thank
yes,
you,
I got
Kalo.
TTS working. Kalo, thank you very much for it. Yeah, Abby made it home safe yesterday. She had kind of just got home, and then it was like, all right, time for a show. And yeah, being able to have a new home has been awesome. I love the time that I had on Lolcow Jester for the time that it was. I'm going to bring some aspects of that over there because I do like some of the more active stuff that we did. But, you know, I loved being there and helping out for the whole time. We had chair streams that were amazing. But the weight of taking on a channel that large is a lot. So I actually appreciate having Abby as a new co-host and you know, being able to take on a channel and help grow it again as well. Yeah, I think that's going to be super fun.
Yes,
It appears that the grays are possibly not released, which is very unfortunate. I will message to see if I can be sure that that happens, because I thought it was. But again, guys, we're getting help from the side to like get back end done just so we can launch our show today. So until I get that, it is what it is. But yeah, that being said, was that the only thing actually missing out of your stuff?
Yeah.
Was just the cards?
None of my debit cards, none of my cash, none of my change, nothing. It was just the cards that they could have went in, and Keem's not gonna care.
Well, I mean, I get it. It's a, in the long term, it's a small fry, but sorry, I'm messaging real quick. In the long term, it's kind of a small fry, but it's like one of those things. It's like you'd almost wish it was $10 missing versus that, because it's like I can get $10 more.
Yes.
The cards are kind of something
Yes.
that's just, you know, it's something you can't really replace very easily. So I get it.
Oh, Kalo.
Oh, and Kalo. He has some cards that he can give you. Yeah, it's...
I would feel bad. I'll message Keem and I'll tell him that I had them set aside. I'll pay for shipping, Keem. I will.
Yeah. I actually
But it's just
as a separate nerd go ahead.
I never got my jacket, so this is the first like physical thing that I have.
Oh, right. Yeah, so there was a mix-up with shipping for those as well. Everyone was, in fact, Phantom that got shorts because I don't know if anyone noticed. Oh, you have the set. Perfect. So, yeah, everyone was, in fact, Phantom during the thing because I don't remember if it was a test run or how it ended up, but instead of everyone's names, the first shipment, I believe, got rejected, and instead, everyone got Phantom on their shorts.
Yep. It was supposed to be all of our names, and then they messed it up. And you know what? But out of all the names, Phantom was perfect because we are all we are Phantom.
Yep, like it or not, you're all Phantom on this one.
Let me get the shorts.
Perfect. While you're getting those, I am going to just message, is there any chance you can release the grays? They are still
need them badly.
locked up. So yeah, we are getting help. The lovely Miss Kimmy K did actually set up the back end for the auto start, auto stop for us today, which I am super thankful. Thank you a million, Kimmy, for doing it because yeah, at the moment not having it. Oh, perfect. You got the shorts.
So
Nice.
they say locale live on them. And the Phantom back camp too. They're really comfy too. Surprisingly.
Yeah, and same with the sweatshirt. Actually, I want to get that too.
Huh?
Yeah, I got it right here.
You're gonna wear them? In my hold up.
Perfect. Yeah, so this is the shirt. So again, it's got, this is the Jester one, obviously, but you know, I've actually got my Sour Power. Hell yeah, with all the cows on the pockets. And of course, I have the Jester
I'm so
one.
jealous.
And it's
That's
actually
a cool
super
one
comfy.
to have, though.
Yeah,
To
yeah,
have,
it's
like,
kind of a
the
cool one to have
Fat
because
Camp confessional.
I have no idea what's going to be happening with the, you know, with the channel moving forward. If I was to take a guess, it is probably going to be like a big name or, you know, something where, because what was the last one? It was Nuts for a little while that they had Brantley and Desi do a couple shows, and then it got transferred over to Albert. So I think we're going to see something like that again, where it's going to get transferred over.
Spilling.
Oh, she's going to give it a shot to
know,
release the
Keem.
Grays. Guys, we're doing an extra special release the Grays today. Now, we are also doing $10 for Fat Camp 2 tea today. Obviously, we're going to talk about things as well, but, you know, if there is something that you want specifically, feel free to drop
No
a 10.
holding back.
Drop a 10 for that. Now,
Oh, Kalo, you can ask a question.
oh, yeah. Yeah. So, I mean,
Drop
Kalo
the 10,
knows, but
so-
yeah, Kalo, feel free to ask a question just in chat too. But one of the things I wanted to talk about was on Locale Nerds. What was it? Yesterday, Wings decided to pop on, which we haven't seen Wings in quite a while now. Obviously, because Fat Camp was going on, you know, there was a bit of a hiatus. But yeah, Wings decided to pop on to Fat Camp, or to Locale Nerds. And let me see, I'm gonna find it real quick. I have the rough timestamp
I saw
here.
that yesterday. That story was wild.
Yeah, you know, sometimes we like Wings because he's a character, right? And that is part of what he brings. But, sorry, I'm just scrolling back over to it here. Boom. So, Tammy 10 is one of the people that is currently on Locale Nerds. So she came more from the Gore world, sort of like you had. Now, have you watched much of Wings before coming to this universe at all? Like, did you know much about him or anything?
I did a little bit. before the LCU, I did a little bit because he's done some wacky things.
Yeah.
Some wacky things.
Look, part of the reason that was here is because of just, haphazard statements, silly stories. Of course, with FPS Russia and those guys, doing that podcast for a long time. Oh, geez. Kalo says, no question, just wanted to support the homies. So if you want to think of a thing just to at least for the 10, you can think of something while I'm going through. But yeah, so, Wings has been here because he's a little bit eccentric, but he did decide to pop into Lowcow Nerds, which I thought was cool because, the last time that he popped on, it was expected, and instantly some of his trolls decided to send pizzas, right? That was the original thing. Now, I've been keeping up on the Wings lore a little bit, and the new Diabolical one is sending dirt, posting on like Craigslist that he's selling dirt, which seems dumb on the face, but think of the people that are buying dirt. It's either a contractor. Hey, there we go. Kimmy, you are amazing.
Yay!
Thank you so much, Kimmy, for doing it. You've been amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Release the grays. Guys, we were just releasing the grays, a la carte today. The grays are released. You are free. Thank you so much. We're just doing it for today. The goal was that we got a stream up today. That was our goal, is we got a stream up today. So we did do it for a goal. We have a stream up today. The grays are released. So yeah, think of the people that are coming to buy dirt, right? Like it's going to be either contractor type people who are like, don't have time to mess around. They're there to get some dirt in GTFO, or it's going to be the homeowner type who's like really want that. It's going to be like, hey man, I came here for that. You're down in South Carolina. Mm-hmm. Diabolical. So that's been the last one that he did. Oh, Fallen Up actually received a gifted. That's awesome. So I'm glad you actually had a chance to speak at the beginning. But yeah, so that was the last one. Here's the thing. As much as you want to joke on here, donate on here, talk on here, within moderation, go for it all day long. But the IRL stuff, nah, not cool. And I know that Wings has had to deal with it forever. And it really sucks because everyone goes, I want Wings back. I want Wings back. But then a lot of these people that are, if you know of someone doing this, like you also have to realize if you want Wings back, whether it's to troll him or whatever, you can't also do the IRL thing. Mm-hmm. So I hope that stops. From what I remember seeing this stream, nothing really came up. But I do have the clip of when he came up because Tammy 10 really didn't know much about him at all, which it was kind of interesting seeing someone new. Most welcome. Have fun, Grays. Love, Kimmy. Thank you so much again, Kimmy. You're amazing. Kimmy. Thank you a ton. But yeah, so Tammy 10 didn't know much about it. So it was actually funny seeing someone kind of getting to somewhat meet him for the first time. Mm-hmm. And let me share. Why is it not? Hold on. Well, Discord is being silly today. Let's try this again. Sorry about that, guys. I'm a little bit, one of the screens does not want to share. There we go.
Okay.
Every once in a while, Discord just did an update today.
It's not nice to meet me.
It's not?
No.
Hi.
I'm one of the original founders of the LCU.
Yes.
Me, Boogie, Tommy, and Keem created this together.
I have heard that. And I have done a little research behind the scenes. I will say that.
Yeah.
But there's so much. You guys fucking, holy shit. There's so much about each one of you that I feel like I have to take like a textbook class at this point. Like I need to sign up for LCU
I came in here
University.
to ask you questions.
Me?
Yeah.
Uh-oh, I'm scared. Okay.
You just mentioned that you went to Girl World.
I came from Girl World, yeah. Well, okay, Girl World, but like I only followed Amber Lynn. I really like her character is just like, what the fuck, right? So
I don't know Amberlynn Reed that well. The
Okay.
only person I know that Girl World fucked with was Foodie Beauty.
Okay, and see, I have very little knowledge of Foodie Beauty. I
It's like-
know.
I want to tell the story how I learned about Foodie Beauty.
Please do. Floor is yours, please.
This was 2015, 2016, so it was a while ago.
Okay.
This is before she had her Muslim mark and she like moved overseas and all this other stuff, right?
Yes.
So she was just
Before I continue on this, Abby, did you follow Foodie Beauty much, like during the time that you? Because I know you said you had kind of originally followed from Amberlynn
From Girl World.
from Girl World, yeah.
So I kept up with her a little bit. I'm in the same boat as Tammy though, where like Amberlynn was my main. Everything just fell. Was my main girl. She really was. I kept up with her a little bit though, like especially during her, moving across the world.
Yes.
Where in the what is that called? I don't want to be insensitive. Her little like
What's that?
head.
Oh,
covering.
I don't know if that one's considered a burqa because I think a burqa is like the full face, but what? Oh, hijab. Hijab is like the rest
Hijab,
of it.
yes.
Burqa, I
The
believe,
hair
is
and
the top.
yes.
Look, I won't pretend to be a professional on it, but I believe those are the two terms. There might be other terms on it, guys. If you know, yeah, Galactic's saying hijab as well. So yeah, because that's a name that you really don't speak is the partner, because flags every time that his name gets mentioned. He has some massive robot that must follow the world, I swear. But yeah, I know that once she was with him, that was part of something she's changed. But she's also bounced back and forth to, I believe it was Canada, because of, I don't know if she's trying to like maintain her status. There's some questions about like maybe taxes or something. It's been unclear.
Yep.
But yeah, she's now just recently on live, they showed her on one of her hover round scooter adventures. Are you having lighting issues today? We're getting a whole light show today.
Yes, I am. It can't have a show without some type of technology issues. And am I a robot?
You are in, no, audio wise is fine, but you're in like 3 pixel dot
120.
p. Yeah.
Yeah. Minecraft stream.
Yep. We're Minecraft stream. Oh, now you're gone. But yeah, Galactic says, I can't believe she went to Syria during an active civil war. Yeah, like, it's so crazy. And we'll get back onto the wings thing here, but it's so crazy to me. Like, being the size that she is already a crazy existence, right? But then to go to a country that is like actively in war and things, like, if you don't have power or whatever's going on, I get that not the entire area is always terrible, right? Like everyone in America is just like, oh, the whole Middle East. It's not, right? There's a bunch of sections that are perfectly fine, perfectly livable. There might be missiles going overhead or, things hitting in other cities, but it's a big area, right?
I wouldn't move anywhere near that though.
Personally, no, neither would I. I mean,
From
a bunch
Canada,
of my friends.
like.
Yeah. A bunch of my friends, I've had some friends. I grew up kind of in a little bit redneck area, and some of them are like, oh yeah, just go in there, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, you guys would move out if there was a single shot in your neighborhood. Don't tell me, like, we grew up in the country, so like, shooting targets, whatever. But now that they're, more grown up, some of them move more towards rural stuff. I was like, you guys would move out with your kids if you heard a single shot in your city. Like, don't tell me that you're perfectly cool with all this, right? Like, you've never lived in a spot this terrible. Now, granted, neither have I, but I wouldn't wish that upon. So, brave to move out there, but fuck that. Hell no.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just wanted to cover that a little bit. But yeah, so getting back into the wings thing here just for a minute, because here's his introduction to his Foodie Beauty, and I put it on 1.25.
regular smoke meth Foodie Beauty kind of person. I don't know what kind of drug she does.
Smoke meth Foodie Beauty.
I think she does meth. Does she not do meth?
I don't fucking know, but I could see, I guess.
She probably doesn't do it now, but I think there was a video of her smoking meth at some point.
Shut the fuck
But-
up. I need to find some research on that.
But like, I was messing with this girl. This girl was married. I shouldn't have been messing with her. But like, I met her on Plenty of Fish. I met her on Plenty of Fish, and she said she was separated.
Okay.
So like, oh, we've been separated for a year. That was a fucking lie. It was a fucking lie.
These hoes out there, man. I tell ya.
Well, I didn't learn about it until I stayed over at her house, right? Because she would always come to my house, or we'd go out to the movies or go out to dinner or whatever it is. Well, I eventually like, yo, let's go stay at your house this weekend.
Oh no.
Next thing I know, I'm in the fucking bed with her at this point. You know, we're laying down to go to sleep, and here's fucking Floyd. His name was Floyd.
This is a movie. This is a movie.
It's- Floyd is a. I love you. I'm gonna make a name up for her. I'm gonna call her Kim.
Okay.
Right? I love you, Kim. I want you back. And she lives in a single wide trailer. Now, I don't know if you ever know, the single wide trailer has like that hollow door.
Oh, yeah.
It kind of radiates everywhere in the thing.
Okay.
So I have my fucking gun here too, because I was worried about this. So like I sleep naked. So I'm completely naked, looking like Peter Griffin. I got my 1911 with me, and she lets him in. And I'm sitting here with my dick out, with my gun in my hand,
Jesus.
and he's in the hallway because the back door was like a porch, and it came into like this like laundry system thing, right? Where like you had your washer and dryer. It was a mudroom, what it was. But
Okay.
they walked in there and it came into like the kitchen, and the bedroom was off to the right.
Gotcha.
And he's there confessing his love for her. And somehow he thought it would make me jealous.
Did he
that
know you were
he
there?
said he knew I was there. That's why he came over, because he had people scouting the house if men came over to her house.
Oh my god! Okay,
Yeah.
please continue.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm gonna stop there. Now, Abby, I don't know what kind of life you've led. Probably better than me in some ways. But I have interacted with someone at the same time. Not in that way, but yeah, and like I didn't realize it when it happened the first time, and I didn't know like they were cool with it. So it was someone that was just like kind of in an open thing on their side, and I wasn't aware. And then being sent off with their person, weird as shit. Now I'm a bigger dude, like I can handle myself, but that interaction is the weirdest shit ever. And of course, in this case, it sounds a little more, again, you know, what would you call it? Like antagonistic, but so freaking weird to interact with someone. And Wing's whole thing too, like I always forget in some ways that he's in South Carolina. So he's just like, oh yeah, I just have my 1911 with me all the time, which, you know, it is America, whatever. But like, I forget that like in the farther South, there's a lot more times where people like that. Every time I believe in guns, all that kind of stuff. But I have also found that a lot of time guns invite guns to things. But that being said, when I grew up, like there were guns in the back windows of every truck at the school. Like people brought their deer rifles when it was hunting season. And no one at the time ever thought like, oh, I have a problem with someone in school. Like, I'm going to go get that, right? Like, it was always fit. Everyone had pocket knives. And it was, like, right on the edge of the time where that stopped being cool. But I couldn't imagine sitting in a house, someone else's house, or her house, the ex-stalking, gun, kind of starting that recipe of, like, this is not worth it. This was not worth it at all.
Yeah, so if he knew that they were separated, why did he feel the need to bring a gun?
That's just how he rolls.
Unless that's just how he is.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's
Like
just
some
always
people are
been
like that.
how he rolls. Yeah, and I mean, I know
Yeah,
some people that are
okay.
like that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird because I have some people I know that like feel less antagonistic when they have it on them because it's like a bigger responsibility, where it's like normally they used to be like the fight everyone types. And then of course there's the other ones which I am not friends with, but I knew acquaintance wise that they are the type that are like, oh, I've got this, but you're like, you're not cool, dude. You know, like, what are you doing? And yeah, in the chat here, there's kind of a mixture here, right? Because it's like, you know, some people don't carry at all. Some people, you know, a little bit more. Yeah, I'm someone that like, you know, I have, and sorry to get away from, it's a little bit of an ADHD day. Like, you know, I normally have a pocket knife for work and things like that, but it doesn't, like, if I got in a physical fight, I would never think to pull that out as a thing. I've just grown up that way. And the fact that he's like thinking of that probably tells me, because Wing strikes me as someone that's not like pull your gun out first. Maybe these days, maybe just because of the actual level of threat. But it's interesting that it got to that point. So clearly that dude was not going to be cool with him.
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
What
So
the
like,
fuck? Hey, sweetie.
so he had men scouting in the house, and so like he's confessing his love to her, and apparently he came to me and he's like, I slept with her yesterday. Like that would hurt my fucking feelings. I'm like, I'm not new to this game, pimp. Hoes be hoes. So I was getting dressed.
Who did that?
I was trying to get out the house without fucking shooting him. Right? Like that was my goal, was to not hurt somebody, but I was just there to protect myself, right? Like like if they wanted to hoe and hoe, which is funny. I'll get to another part, but this comes to Foodie Beauty. I promise you, right? I learned about Foodie Beauty because I don't know if you've never heard of me, and you've done your research, but like I'm well endowed.
Okay.
Right? I'm well endowed, and Kim enjoyed going down on me because I was the most well endowed person she ever been with.
Okay.
Right? And
He's a big man.
Did this. She did this technique that she learned from Foodie Beauty's Instagram, and I asked her like, "What was that?" And she's like, I learned that from Foodie Beauty. So, and then she starts to tell me Foodie Beauty's story about how like she was going to get in like this threesome, and then the couple like got there when they didn't want to be a part of the threesome no more because they found out how big she was.
Oh
Yep.
my god.
That story is crazy.
So but that's how I learned about Foodie Beauty, and like we would start talking about this, and then I learned about Amberlynn Reed and Foodie Beauty and Girl World.
Girl
And I don't know if Girl
World.
World started that, but the thing I like the most about Girl World is this shit.
Clock it. Can I get your?
don't
Do
know what the
you
fuck it
know
is.
Can I get?
What
the story?
a way to learn about Girl World.
Do you know the story though about the threesome?
No, do tell.
So Foodie Beauty catfished these people, and they Ubered her to their house. She gets there,
Okay.
and she presented herself as a smaller woman.
Like iceberg, small, like camera angle smaller, or just straight up fake picture.
Straight up catfish. Yeah. Straight up catfish.
Okay.
So she gets there and they're like, no. But they were like, you've driven this, or she either drove or she got an Uber, but you traveled this far, we'll let you sleep here. She ended up eating something, and then in the middle of the night had explosive
No.
bodily fluids out the back end all over their bathroom, where she used towels to like clean it up and everything. And then she just left.
No. Why?
She didn't fully clean it up and she just left. Because
What?
that's Foodie Beauty.
So I thought the whole, I was just talking about like seeing her going on the scooter and thing. Oh God. Oh yeah. And chat's even like, oh, gross, puking face, shot time. So I thought the whole like, releasing herself into the whole, the whole scooter thing is like a new thing because she was just like, oh, I can't make it home. So this is like an ongoing thing for her.
Yeah. For years.
Oh. Why?
Ugh, is right. She might have tummy issues.
Still, like, well, she was that big then too, though.
She was.
So she's like not able to even, like, there's probably bathrooms, like, depending on, I've been to places where like the toilet's between two walls. There might be a situation where like she actually can't get onto the toilet. She's so big even then. But could you imagine being like, yeah, we're going to have a great time, whatever, get on the great time. Look, it's not for me either, but I get it's for some people, but you're like, not for me. Be nice enough to let this stranger hang out in your house. And by the way, ruin your good time. Cause it's not like you're just going into those, you're going to versus with your partner where it's just a random thing. Like you're going to extra it up a little bit. You get that. And then this person destroys your fucking house.
Oh,
by shitting themselves
Absolutely
and leaving you
wrecked
with.
it. I'm pretty sure it was the hallway too. It's been a while since I've heard the story, but it was like the hallway to the bathroom, everywhere, all over the bathroom. Like, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
okay, yeah. I did not know
Gross.
the entirety of that story. I thought it was just like a show up, no thanks, it's been nice meeting you kind of thing. Oof. Okay. Yeah, everything falling up. Girl World doesn't work at this hour. You know what? For me, there's a lot of Girl World that just doesn't work because every time I think there's going to be like a story that's like, oh, that's an interesting one, it always ends with something fucked up. Every time.
Mm-hmm. Girl World doesn't really work at any hour, honestly.
But yeah, so Wings has a new story of how he found out about them. Actually, there is a segment in here kind of as an update too, which I was surprised. Let's see, where Sweet Tea actually hops up on the chair because she is now considerably farther along too. I'm gonna see if I can find it for you guys. It was in this stream, right?
Mm-hmm.
I believe it
Where
was.
she showed her, like, her bump.
Yeah, because she's so tiny that her Sweet Tea bump is like, you know, for the size of her, you forget how tiny she is because she's like, I thought I was having twins for a little while.
Aww.
I'll see if I can find it. But yeah, Sweet Tea is still getting along as far as the pregnancy side. It was a short little bit, so I'm not sure if I can find it. I'll scroll through.
It was soon after that story.
I know. I'm looking through now because Nick hopped on for a minute. Oh, yeah. I'll just show the chair. So this was obviously Nick yesterday.
What up, Wings? How you doing?
But yeah, the chair, this was a chair we were talking about yesterday. Look at this comfy ass chair Nick's got. He's actually got like a legit hospital chair for it. He ended up with an
like
actually decent one in the maternity ward.
Yeah. That's how it was for him. It wasn't too bad. There was also the it fully lays down into like a bed, and then there's the couch in there. And
trying to find real quick. It was just like a quick thing, which I was surprised when she was trying to stand up on the thing. I'm like, Sweet Tea, what are you doing? What are you doing? And she's like,
no, it made me nervous.
Climbing up on the chair. Yeah, I'll find it off stream here, but yeah, I'll find it. But I was just getting nervous as well. I was like, oh boy. Oh, hello, Zachary. How's it going? I see you in the chat. Stick storage. Hopefully your storage unit's a little bit warmer now these days. But yeah, Sweet Tea is still coming along good. Luckily, it sounds like no issues so far. Today, too, someone showed, I can't remember what it was, but someone showed a picture of Sweet Tea with like a significantly younger, I don't know what the video was from, but it was a screen capture from significantly younger, like when she had teeth. She looks kind of like Batgirl. It is the craziest thing.
Does she?
Yeah, like not entirely, but like definitely, definitely much more in the face. It was the weirdest thing to see like a much younger shot of her too that I saw. Let me swap back off. I'm not finding it. I don't want to spend too much time scrolling through on it. I was hoping to find it quick, but I know she just hopped up for a quick second because, oh, here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. Because, yeah, obviously, pregnant woman standing on spinning chair, by the way, is not something that, not something she's going to do for very long. There we go.
Baby bump again.
All right.
So I think Tammy was expecting her to just, like, point the camera down, right?
Move the camera
it
down.
Looks a little small. It's dressed right now, but
That's
yeah, it's pretty big.
That's so. Oh my gosh. 24
Yeah,
weeks.
it pulls. Yeah, 24. I thought that I might be pregnant with twins. It's so big, but they said no, it's normal.
Baby.
I'm just little, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm just little and it looks big.
If you're small, yeah. And then you said, I believe you said you had a child. You have a child already, right?
But yeah, that is the Sweet Tea baby bump update. so far. I know that I believe Nick is still going to be, for the current time, still be looking for a little bit of assistance on there. So I have to look and see. I can't remember what time Locale Nerds goes, but I do want to maybe hop up and help them out for a day or two if they need it as well. Because I believe he is still with his girlfriend as far as in the hospital at the moment. But we will be keeping an eye out on that. Well wishes to Nick for that.
Yes.
Femmark says that was her now with the teeth she is getting. She showed it first on Nerds the other night with Nick. Oh, the picture I saw was significantly younger. Because I know she's going for her temporary teeth. Because she said that that's a long wait. Nick. Oh, okay. Night. What is a girlfriend in the hospital? It is Nick's girlfriend in the hospital. Nick MTV from Locale Nerd. Here, I'm gonna close that. But yeah. Let me see.
Yep, she's pregnant. I know they were saying that she might be in there for a while. She was diagnosed with some things. I don't know what all I can say, but I hope all is well.
Yeah.
I really do. I know it's so stressful during this time. I think the best thing he can do is just like take a step back.
And that's exactly what it was.
And,
Everyone was
be
like,
there.
Don't worry about it. At the end of the day, don't worry about it. We will, everyone will come together. When there's actual situations, like obviously we've had some people in the universe that just bail just because. That's a different story. But if someone has something going on, like, we will all try to do our best to help out as ever we can. So like I said, obviously I can't remember what time Nerds goes. I don't know if I'd be able to like run a full show with them, but if there's anything on the side. All right. I've got to bring it up because Stick has mentioned it. Stick mentioned your bangs once, and that's all you've been doing this whole time is messing with your bangs. Do I have to bust out the keys?
Stick.
Do I have to bust out the keys?
Well,
the focus keys?
I had said my bangs like grew out. Okay. I can't I haven't trimmed them. I can't be walking around.
Well, the last time you had them, they were stabbing you in the eye the whole time.
Yeah, well, they've grown out now, so I don't want bangs. It was like an impulse decision.
But he got you. You let him get you.
Yeah, he did.
Never let Stick get you. That's the one person you don't want getting you because he'll just be rolling with that the whole rest of the chat, and you won't be able to think of anything else. We'll ka-chunk staple him to your head.
My bangs have grown out. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm wasted.
You wish.
Yep.
All right,
no, honestly, I'm still trying to recover from fat camp and driving and catching up on sleep and all of that. And again, it being this early in the morning, I've got to sleep after. But I'm fixing my sleep schedule because during fat camp, I was sleeping before a little bit and then a little bit after. So my sleep schedule is all fucked up.
So I wanted to talk about that because we've talked a little bit about, some of the other things. The whole chair stream situation, the Jester room. Was there any actual arranged, hey, most people, to get a rotation so that people actually stayed in there? Because there were plenty of times in the mornings, the chubby girls would come in after their show. But before then, if Steak or a few other people didn't sleep in there, I think you did once or twice as well. There was plenty of times where there's chair streams where I was just in the chat, and it's so wild because it was 500 people a couple of times watching chairs. Obviously I was in the chat with people, but it was the weirdest experience to be in the background. I wouldn't say running it, but chatting with people. It was kind of a weird morning hangout of the chat. But was there actually supposed to be not scheduled people, but like make sure someone's in there all the time, or it was just
No, not really. It was more just open to when people weren't streaming and they were awake, like, pop in there, spend some time in there. There were times where, like, if live was going soon and a bunch of people were helping behind the scenes, or we were all expected to be over there, then, like, obviously it would be empty over there. Or when we're all winding down at nighttime and, like, spending time together off of camera, because it is very difficult to wake up, get on camera, be live, hop up of that, go to live, and then, I need to plan my show. It was like nonstop content. And so
yeah.
I should have spent more time in there. That is something, like, I'm not going to just beat myself up for the things I didn't do. But that is one thing I wish I would have done, is taken more time to sit in there and get to know those people. But they seemed to enjoy it when no one was in there. They were making lore for the chairs.
That was the weirdest part. Now, that being said too, and this is something, I have a touch of the ADHD. So even doing like sit down stuff like this, I'm already thinking, and I'm bringing it up, one, so I can get up off the chair a bit, but two, because when I was watching it, so there'd be some people like Turbo or Billy, right, that are not going to be jumping around, right? But they are, they have gift of the gab. And the people that like that, the people that don't, but like they have something like that. I felt like for some of like the intermediary hosts, and I would even say for yourself, like Steak came in, and one of the big things, and it's something that I'm trying to come up with how we want to do it on this show, is like he would get up and be like, all right, the floor is lava. And for like every 5 or whatever, you're like getting up on the chair, and he'd like, now granted, this is going to come up later when we talk about the fat camp costs, because it wasn't him, but he'd be like, all right, floor is lava, right? So he'd start on a chair, and then I don't even think he specifically asked for it, but he was just like, hey, for every 5, like I'm hopping chairs. So I don't think you were ever in there at the time that he did this. And there was like a couple other things too, but they'd be like up on the chair and they'd give a 5, and he'd like crawl up to the next one and be up and over, hopping between them. And it was one of those things that I get it. Like it was the spot that people went to chill. But I think sometimes, some people were expecting more like move aroundness from some people. And plus we have to be honest, the audio in there, not the greatest, right? I believe there was a plan for some microphones and things that either didn't happen or whatever, but Nerd Killer says a game for 3-year-olds and a great way to fuck shit up in an Airbnb. 100%. Well,
people were playing Leapfrog over the chairs.
Yes.
Where someone would be sitting in it and a certain somebody would jump over it and either hit the person in the chair or kick the shit out of the chair. So right. I probably didn't.
Now, I'm not saying that would have been the exact activity to be done, but like, I don't know, as a watcher, it was tough sometimes. Cause like, I get it. It's good. Like it was really cool. Like when Keem would come in the morning, he'd kind of like he does in the universe. He'd like kind of show up. That's when you'd get your announcements or whatever. And sometimes the announcements would literally be just him coming in, sitting down with whoever was there at the time and being like, all right, so today, and then whatever the thing was, if it was a problem, a solution, an announcement. So there's stuff like that was fun, like watching. And then of course, if there was like an actual fight, some of them happened in there. Obviously the audio wasn't great, but the one thing I hated was when people, and I talked to you about this, like, yes, the whole house echoed. So it was difficult to like have a not in the place thing, but it almost felt like a kid that was sent to bed that like still heard your parents up and talking. And you're like, just come here. And even as myself, I was like, get them back in. And I know they didn't want to, but they was like, then shut up and go outside, which I hope for the next Fat Camp, they actually have like a handy cam or something that someone can bring along. And I don't know who would have to, like, it can't just be any host because, as you know, cameras around the house, not the greatest idea from a whole bunch of things. But like maybe like a Brantley or I don't know, someone specifically that's like knows what's cool and what's not kind of thing. Because there were so many times where something like started moving out of the room where I think it was just happening because it was happening. Like the person went to go get a drink or something while they were still arguing. And they would leave the room and I'm like, no, get the fuck back here. But like Jester Room was one of the coolest parts of Fat Camp to me. And I'm seeing the same thing. Bobby Mondo, same thing. The Jester Room was the most entertaining. Nerd Killer, the chairs possibly look custom made and end up costing $6,000 to $8,000 each. Was that actually said in there, Nerd Killer? I'm not sure. I know that there have been significant costs, which is the next part I want to get into about that. But yeah, you know, there were multiple people hopping around. And I believe Turbo grabbed the edge. I was actually watching when Turbo came in with a scooter before we knew he could walk. Fuck you, Turbo, for making everyone actually love you for for your walking thing. And Yo Mama talked about that today, but he grabbed the sill of the door at one point and like you heard the wood just cracking as he's backing out.
It was him backing out of it and then he hit the corner and took a big old chunk of the wood off. And he was like, it's fine. They're not going to notice. Yes, they will.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's like, no, that's part of the door, dude. Like someone's going to notice that. So yeah, the cost. Yeah. There's in the chat. They're starting to talk about the cost of things. Yeah. The last year, Keem ended up paying $5,000 for that metal table because of, I think it was a combination of Tina with the bat, and someone else did something to it as well and damaged it. And they're like, oh, it's just like an outside table, right? No, it's a custom, art, I wouldn't say art piece, but whatever, metal table.
Also, at a venue like that, they can charge whatever they want.
Right.
Whatever. And if they hear it's like a YouTuber event, they're going to go, oh, y'all got money. Right.
Right. And let's be honest.
I can charge you whatever.
Let's be honest, that place is probably not rented out every single week, right? Like there's bound to be gaps. And so they're making a stack of money. And like you said, they're like, oh, well, obviously that's going to be a huge thing. Like if you're not going to, they know you're going to pay, right? At the end of the day, someone's not, go ahead. Someone's not going to just drop that kind of money and go. We can still hear you as well, just in case that matters to you.
No, I
figured I'd just let you know
so you don't hear my kid.
But yeah, so
he's in there babbling.
So yeah, I believe the total that they're coming up with at the moment is like another $20,000 from all the things that are broken in there. So they're up to somewhere in the range of like 80. And now that's including some of the extra cameras and equipment that they bought for the year. I think they said they bought like 10 to 20K in equipment, but that means they're up to 80. And on live, they were saying like, oh, we might have 0 to negative paychecks at this point, which sucks. It really sucks. I'm hoping
because live is what paid for it.
Yeah. I am hoping
in the Jester's room,
the Jester room and live combined. Like I hope the Jester room helped push. And again, I wasn't in there just like, oh, give a 10 to give a 10, right? But I was like trying to interact, trying to do what I could to like make it fun while the hosts were in there. You know, some of the hosts, and even for yourself, like sometimes I was asking questions in there, just trying to like, you know, keep it moving because I get it. You're just sitting there, right? But I couldn't imagine receiving that fat bill at the end of the day.
They are saying it's April Fool's Day.
It is.
But I wouldn't be surprised if that's like actually true.
Yeah.
I actually wouldn't be surprised.
And like, let's be honest, they're not going to charge like exactly the cost, right? Like they're going to charge a cost significantly bigger than what it is within reason, but they're able to get away.
Because it's also the inconvenience of having the like, because what if someone booked the day after?
Right.
Like,
Yeah, you
and
can't
now
just
you have
do
to panic find that stuff.
you can't just do like a flip turnover. And there was mention of the stripper pole too. So guys, if you're already a member, cash cow or higher, you'd have the availability of the VCs in Discord and such. So earlier today, actually a handful of the hosts were in VC1, which VC1 has been kind of dead throughout Fat Camp. They were actually in there talking about the stripper pole some more. So apparently no one actually ended up taking the stripper pole down that got added towards the end. And there was a mention of maybe damage, maybe not, but at a minimum, I guess these people are of the religious sort and elderly.
Yes. Well, yeah, they have the cross on Snake Island.
Right.
There's Bible verses in a couple places. But, like, I know it was put up correctly. And we didn't, like, do very much on it. Like, not anything to damage it. So if they wouldn't know how to take it down. I would assume them taking it down would have probably caused the damage.
Just an old lady
I would have taken it.
Just trying to take a stripper pole.
Lacey, I would have taken that stripper pole home. I really would have.
And the one question that got posed in the VC, and guys, if you were in there, you can verify this. At one point, they're like, "How did you forget this?" Like, it's kind of a unique item. Like, I get you can buy, I think she mentioned like Spencer's and a few other ones, because it's like the curtain rod style ones where you like extend it and then like twist in it, like, you know, tensions in. But it's like, you forgot an entire stripper pole. Like, how many of these have you bought in the years that she's like, oh, it was like, you know, $80 or whatever it was. But it's like, how do you forget an entire stripper pole?
Well, I knew she couldn't take it back on her flight because it's huge. Like, even it comes apart into a bunch of pieces, but there's no way she could have flown home with it. That's why I was like,
she flew. Okay. But still,
that's why Lacey, I would have taken it. Someone would have with a car.
Hell yeah.
I would
Now,
have.
that being said, I'm not going to lie. At some point, I may install one. Because I think it'd be hilarious.
They tried to.
Like a legit
Kalo
one.
said they tried to blame me for the condom being flushed. Kalo, what were you doing at Fat Camp?
Yeah, so yeah, the itemized list, and I'm going to go from memory here. I tried looking up an actual, trying to see if anyone actually like wrote out in text what the list is. So if I miss anything, feel free to remind me in chat, guys. There were the plastic babies, which were being left all over. And they said that
I got a bunch of them.
Yes.
I tried to collect as many as I could.
So there's the plastic babies, which, again, assuming it's not April Fools, they're like, oh yeah, we flushed a bunch of them. There's the condoms, again, flush. So there was like a flood, apparently like a flood charge for whether someone went to flush it after or whatever else. So children just flushing things down the toilet right now. Granted, if the condom was used, I would say, look, the Drake hot sauce solution, not a bad one. Like, if you're truly trying to prevent them babies, I kind of get, but like, there's so many better solutions. But I'm guessing this was just with them fucking around with them. It doesn't sound like newsflash, and this was put on live. One person that didn't use the condom was Phantom and Fupa.
They announced that?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep. What are you doing?
Is that where
Bro,
the plan B?
What are you doing?
You remember the plan B that was found?
I do. And I believe and this isn't me sorting through whether it's something I know or not. I'm trying to remember if someone just asked her the question or if she confirmed it. But yeah, I believe the plan B was part of that. Yeah. Now it's called plan B because oh, sorry. I've had the mouse on my forehead the whole time. My bad. It's called plan B for a reason, guys. like, what are you doing? And I'm not making any judgment calls on anyone, but like, you don't know each other. You don't know what, just because you haven't had it in a while doesn't mean that, oh yeah. So Tans Bradshaw says Phantom confirmed that he bought it. Yeah. Children.
Like, condoms aren't just for children.
Right.
It's not just for the babies. It is to protect from the nasties. And I'm not saying that Fupa has some nasties, but it's just good to be careful.
Right.
He could have the nasties.
Yeah, you just met. Like, what are you thinking? I get that, like, you were all hot and bothered and everything else, but, and like, look, I'm not here to judge. We've all made mistakes, okay? Trust me. But at the same time, like, this was a planned rendezvous. Like, you should.
Yes, exactly. He should, like, I get it if you're in the moment and you're like, oh, I don't have it. Like,
right.
Yeah. But this was not like we went on a date and then I wasn't expecting anything to happen after. This was we planned to meet up at this time. We're all bringing a bunch of stuff. Pack some in there, even if it's not going to be used.
Right. Super easy. And yeah, chat is confirming, you know, more people are confirming. Why not plan A? Phantom said on Alpha tonight that Fupa made him buy it. So there's another, and granted, if ever there was a time that someone was like, hey, can you buy this for me? That's where I would invest some cash. Don't get me wrong. Like,
yes,
Phantom has kids that are older.
I mean, Kalo was making so many Walmart trips. I mean, he did the piñata filled with condoms and like the lube and the toy and everything that Lisi hid open.
Yeah.
Because like the toy hit her in the head. Like he 100% would have in one of his trips went out and grabbed some.
Well, they also confirmed that it was a one and done. So, oops.
Yeah. Still though.
Yeah.
I mean,
not judging, but judging. Like, come on, be an adult. What are you doing? I think they both demonstrated that they clearly aren't able to. So it's probably all for the best that this didn't work out. I know that people have been like judging Phantom for everything that went on at Fat Camp. I still really like him. Like, for all this that I'm talking, he has been very nice to me throughout the time, but it's just like, dude, what are you doing? And it just goes to show, like, we each have our, if you're here, you're not normal. And that just goes to show. I mean, at this point, I feel like you've already said like some of your things. I'm slowly coming out of my shell. It's obvious that I'm not 100% normal either. Like, it is what it is.
Nobody in the LCU is. Like, I have come to realize that you have to be, like, there's got to be something a little bit wrong in there to be here. And that's okay. Because if we're all a little messed up, then that's just normal. That's just the baseline.
Yeah.
Now, if you're really messed up, then, you're not at baseline anymore. But
Kalo said he bought Magnum Raws.
He did. I saw that.
I mean, if you're down to party.
Are those the big ones?
I believe now they also make regular size ones because every man has to have a Magnum in his life, right? And let's be honest, that's just not the case. But Kalo went big for it. Because I believe Kalo was doing it for a because I know that Albert had put some on his head. So, there is going to be a certain size-based thing for those. But, yeah.
He was gone for a while, picking all that out.
Oh, we want to talk about being gone for a while? Ha. Well, Kalo had to make some decisions.
I was trying to do a nice thing.
No good deed goes unpunished, Abby. This is something you really have to learn for the LCU. And I learned it very early on, for something relatively small when I was trying to initially just figure out my place here, and then got like very stressed about it, talked about it, and like the next day everyone was instantly like, oh, he's probably going to try being a quitter and this and that. And I literally was just like, I don't know if I should be a host in the first week. Like, maybe I should be intern. And instantly the next day, 3 or 4 people were like, oh, he's trying to quit. Spun it right to that, right? And I was literally just being like, oops, I kind of got thrown in. I don't know. So, like, talking to other people, you know, doing nice things, doesn't matter. Oh, we're now getting Chinese. That's suspicious in our chat. I'm going to look that up. Hopefully it's nothing sketchy. Oh, well, that's not very helpful. Anyways, sorry, ADHD. Yeah, no good deed goes unpunished here. And I know that some people were trying to be nice or whatever. Like Wonder Woman, you know, decided to clean this, that, and the other. And it clearly, so Steak posted a picture, and I'm going to see if I can find it while we're talking here. Steak posted a picture of like a behind the scenes shot of the live area. Now, when Wonder Woman was cleaning, like she had her scraper out and she was kind of going to town. I didn't realize it looked like a freaking barn floor in that whole area from where she was cleaning.
It was bad because it was flour, wasn't it?
Yeah. But like
flour, yeah. So it had turned into like a paste.
I'm gonna see if I can.
And the big bag too. It was like the pound. It was like a pound of flour.
Oh, yeah, I never ended up saving that one.
It like turned into a paste, got everywhere. I mean, honestly, every single day, I remember the first time I went into the studio and my shoes were sticking to the ground. Like there was just something sticky everywhere. I don't want to know what it was. I'm just assuming that alcohol was spilled, and that's just, I'm going to stick with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I was sitting there like trying to pick my feet up, and it was just, it's gross. That's gross. It was always nasty in there though. Like that and the June bugs everywhere, all over the floor, everywhere. Because the lights, like that doesn't help. They go towards the lights. And
sorry about that. I'm just switching between things here. Yeah, that was one of the big things. And the other big one, and this is giving me a lead into one of my other like side stories that I found today that I thought was kind of interesting, is the fatties with the candy bars. You ended up with all the candy bars. Yeah, so throughout it, because obviously I can't remember, were they in like snack packs or one of those lunchable? It was Feastables. It was
the Lunchleys.
So they were the Lunchleys that someone was eating. Yeah, it
was the Lunchleys. Kalo, that's all he ate the whole time. It's literally all I ever saw him eat, and he lost a bunch of weight from it. But it comes with a candy bar, and so he would always come up while on camera and say, you know, if Kalo's in here, he'll know exactly his accountability buddy.
Yes, you were his accountability buddy.
Yeah, and he'd give it over to me and be like, "Look, I'm not eating it."
Yeah, and Kalo's in there. He said, "I gave Abby
yesterday
all my Feastables."
I've been slowly eating them. It was the first time I ever had a Feastable, and actually, they're good. I wouldn't buy them, but they're pretty good. These, the cookies and cream one.
So
you want one? Which one?
Yeah. So Kalo, I saw that your weight loss has been awesome, dude. Like keep up on it. It's definitely a huge example because you didn't defeat your own weight loss surgery, unlike Mr. Boogie there. Even more so, and Boogie's still been losing, but even more so Wings that we talked about earlier. But yeah, you've actually taken the opportunity and kept going with it. There was a question in the chat before here from CMF66. I don't know when the new intern and tryouts were, but if you want to tag me in the Discord, I can maybe talk to you ahead of time, and maybe we can find a spot for you to pop up for a little bit on one of the shows. I'm perfectly fine. Yes. That was something that I like doing on Jesters, where it was like, you know, it was most of the time it was already new interns, yourself included, right? White Al as well. But yeah, I'm totally up for, I'd like to, especially because it's like, it's not an intern interview, right? Like I have no power here to do that. So I would like to just talk to whoever it is ahead of time for a quick minute just to make sure you aren't a full-on crazy person, or at least you're the right kind of crazy person. Correction, you're the right kind of crazy person.
Because here, like, we can't make a decision on whether or not someone is an intern.
Right.
But you can have, like, the unofficial interns where you're getting your face out, and then, you know, Keem recognizes that. And,
Yeah.
you know, it's like the step, getting your foot in the door.
Right.
And
being in the VCs and things too, I would say is kind of another one to just get people to get to know you. Now the official tryouts, Locale Live, we'll do them from time to time, and seeing as how we've lost a ton of hosts, that might be happening after the dust settles and everyone kind of gets back into their normal game here. So like you said, I cannot promise anything in the slightest, but if, again, I would like to just, because it's just on our show, to make sure someone does just run up and be crazy, maybe just talk to you for a few minutes ahead of time. But if you've got something you want to talk about and things, feel free to tag me in the Discord. I'll talk to you ahead of time, and then we can have you on one of the shows.
Yeah. Because Jesters was such, like, for me, it was like such a safe place for me to, like, figure out what I was doing, and you know, I didn't feel judged. You and Ultra did give me a lot of, like, very good advice. I mean, mainly you gave me a lot of good advice, and, you know, we had those conversations after. What do you mean, no? Oh, it wasn't Ultra.
Do we need the keys?
Yeah.
What?
No, he was like, not Ultra. It was you. You gave me a lot of good advice, though. Just, like, you know, about, like, my lighting, all these things.
Oh, yes. That is one of the big ones too, and I am going to move on about the candy thing, but yeah, the biggest one is, like, I have an SM7B. I'm a crazy person. I bought a bunch of stuff long before Locale. I'm lucky enough to have expendable income, so I purchased some stuff like this, but, like, you can get away with far less, just a light in your face, even if it's a dumb lamp, and then, like, something in your background that isn't just insanity, right? And right now I've been using a green screen because I haven't rebuilt the studio yet. But yeah, just something in the background that's not, like, crazy town. But yeah.
Even, like, I'm on mobile, and I know, like, it doesn't look as good as these PC setups and everything, but I mean, it looks pretty good. And I got, like, the cheapest ring light from Walmart. And then these were from Walmart as well.
Oh yeah, the microphone setup.
Yeah, and it plugs into your phone, and then you've got, you know, this one was $50, but they have one that only has, like, the one microphone, and it's like $20. I mean, I don't think it sounds like shit through this.
No, again, it's a mobile setup. It is what it is, you know. And then as you go along, you'll get improvements. But the whole reason I was talking about the candy thing is because just as Locale is moving into the NASCAR scene here with the car, there was a theft of an entire truck of specialized Kit Kats for F1 race coming up. Let me share my screen here real quick because there's a preview. I'm going to keep it muted just simply because I don't know if the intro music is, like, part of a copyrighted deal or not. But yeah, so this was the original advertisement for it. Oh. Okay. And again, I'm leaving it muted intentionally. So they made an entire car out of chocolate for this. I'm sure you guys have seen some of the like, chocolatiers that do the cool builds.
Yeah.
So Kit Kat's doing a full merger, racing in chocolate, right? And they built a whole F1 car out of it. Sorry, I have to actually turn the volume down because I'm hearing it. So yeah, like, they did this whole thing. They spent 8 weeks building this special chocolate car and, you know, doing the whole advertisement for it. So it wasn't this car that got stolen. It was actually the Let me switch
See,
over.
I thought it was like little mini,
Yeah.
just like
So they're
packs of-
actually these mini. So they're in the form, and I don't know. I'm assuming the Kit Kat bar is kind of like the middle guts of it to maintain the structure of it. But yeah, there was all these. It was a whole truckload of these mini Kit Kat bars that someone stole. Now, what they forgot to realize is these are all serialized. So whoever stole these can't even resell them. Like they're kind of they just kind of have a bunch of chocolate now. I don't know what the battle plan was at the time. I don't know if they thought they were doing like a Fast and Furious thing. But yeah, they put all this effort into stealing a whole truckload of these. And like, obviously you could black market them or whatever, right? But it's not like something that, it's not something that you can like resell to a store. Because things like that used to happen in the past, right? Like I know Fast and the Furious is very fantastical, but there were times that people used to hijack trucks of things and then resell them. You get all those like dudes that are selling DVD players out of the back of their car. Like that wasn't always people stealing stuff from houses. It was people jacking trucks or yards and train cars. Yeah, someone said that you could throw them in a bin and write $5 on a piece of paper. Like, yeah, you can totally do no scan type sales, but it's going to be significantly harder to some extent to like get places that, there's going to be like the corner marts and things, but it's, yeah, it's such a crazy thing to steal.
Enough to be worth it.
Well, like, I guess they could be considered collectible in a way. It is still a mass produced thing, but it's like, it's always going to be known that they're stolen. What are you, what are you thinking?
Who's gonna really want to buy that?
Yeah, like it's not like it's unique. It's not like a serialized thing in the sense of like, oh, I got number one, and even if you did, they know it's stolen. Like, what are you doing? But I thought that was kind of a fun story for part of it because it was on the back of like you guys having the whole accountability for chocolate, and then it came across my stream. For some reason, they thought the fat guy wanted to know about food.
I got Feastables. I got like a bunch of full-size Hershey bars because we had the like s'mores night, and then Gidgy came up and she was like just handing me a bunch of them. She was like, "You keep onto them. Like we aren't supposed to have them. You keep it. You won't get in trouble."
And so were you the accountability partner for more than just Kalo? So were they just like, "Oh, you're skinny. Here's a fattening food." Like, were you just...
Well, it was just really like the candy. Oh, okay. My light just...
We were just talking about the light situation. That's fine. It's not the worst. I was sitting cross-legged. Yeah, it's not the worst in the world if your light is bunk for the rest of it. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Oh, but your camera breaking might be a problem.
Oh my gosh.
Here, I'm going to just drag you out and drag you back in. 1 second. Boom. Boom. If not, we might switch studios, guys. Sorry, 1 second. Hey, there we go.
Maybe.
Perfect. Yeah, so were you the accountability partner for a bunch of these guys, or... Oh no.
Maybe. Come on, you can do it.
We'll get there. We'll get there. Sorry, everyone. It is what it is. Sometimes technical issues are what they are. I am going to possibly move studios here if we still have an issue. All right. Well, while we are in waiting for Abby to come back, I want to get your guys' opinions on some of what you'd like to see here. I want to start making this more active. We've been doing the sit down chat thing. I wanted to try this out. I don't know if that's working. I do want to still sit down and chat, but I do want to get more active. It is now getting warmer out for me. Now I do not have as many lights outside, but I do have the garage. I did the one time the bike stunts, things like that. I'm thinking I'm going to maybe have a second camera out in the garage for things. Oh, Abby's making her way back right now. Hey, there we go. Oh, and you got like, nice. Yeah, I think I'm going to start doing some more out in the garage content as well while we're doing this for some of our goals. So we did have the goal of the $10 Fat Camp 2 tee today. Not a whole lot of interest in that for the TTS. As we get bigger, I think it's a little bit easier for people to just support and do things, but I think I'm going to just start doing some of the more active stuff out in the garage for our next show. Again, we're still trying to get back end and things, so it's a little bit difficult for a few things to do them because I can't set up certain polls, things like that. So I appreciate you guys sticking with me for it. C says everyone had a long way to drive back. Yeah, I mean, that's part of it. That being said, I've been trying to get the back end part square, so I've been spending a little bit of time on that. I'm going to say it. Tomorrow's the day where I'm going to actually start loading up the content side. It just is what it is. It's an entirely different show. It's taken a little bit for me to ramp up. But I tried getting a couple stories for today together. One of the big ones that I do want to do is, Abby, how outside weather for you? Is it still hit or miss, or are you somewhere where it's like consistently cold on weekends?
It's not cold. So it's warming up here now.
Okay.
Like it's nice outside now.
Okay, nice. So obviously this weekend is going to be Easter weekend. I'm not even sure how the whole LCU is going to work for this weekend. Something I've been thinking of, and guys, let me know in chat. I want to do something where, so Fat Camp never really did a I don't know what you want to call it, like Survivor type thing on the island, right? Now, obviously, we're not going to do something that intense.
Yeah.
But I was thinking of doing, because it's kind of going with the locale fire, is I do have technically like a burn ban, but I want to see, and I'll have to test it out at night, if we can do like a weekend one that's just like an afternoon, because obviously trying to do this in the dark is not very good. I don't know what your outside situation is, so even if it's just me, doing like a thing where the chat can add or subtract things throughout the week of things that I have, and we can do like a campfire survival stream. I thought that would be kind of fun as like a long-term goal for us. And then have some activities, because like I have a huge backyard, so I can do whatever back there, and I have good enough service, even with running OBS. So guys, let me know what you think about that. Where it'd be like a later afternoon type stream. Again, I could have the little campfire going. We could do different activities. I could set up even for stumps, and then I don't have throwing axes, but I have the throwing playing cards, things like that we could do for some of the activities. I do have a mini dirt bike that's already running. The suspension is not set up for me, so that's going to be hilarious. But I do want to introduce some little fun things like that as well. We can come up with some things for doing it. But I really like doing the active moving thing.
At some point, I want to do some type of IRL something here. Because, I mean, I live in like a major city.
Oh.
So, there's things everywhere. Yeah.
Okay.
And like big old city. So I could do something fun here. I don't know what yet, but that would also have to be a weekend stream because, this early in the morning.
Yeah. And same for me. Everything closes like 11 o'clock, and in the closest city is like 40 minutes away. And it is not, I'll just say it. It's the capital region. So any of the closest cities are not cities, right? Like it's a spot where there's a lot of buildings, but it's not anything where there's like people out on the streets type city. So that's always been tough for me for like an IRL type thing.
We got crazy people on the streets here. We got some characters.
Yeah, and Rune said clips. Yeah, I do want to do clips. Like I like mixing clips in for the early part of the LCU. I have found, and you can give your opinion on it too, I do like doing clips when it points to specific things, but at the same time, I kind of don't want to be redoing someone else's show by just showing their show on my show. That's always felt very weird to me. Like short little ones or sped up ones, fine if it's part of discussion where it's breaking into it. it just feels like a show doing a show. And I don't like doing that. But yeah, so part of my plan is to do some outside content for a long-term goal, and then doing more active stuff. So on Jester, I had done like some of the tumbles and rolls and things. Abby, do you have a spot inside to be able to do some active activities too that you can do? Because that's one of the big ones.
I can make a spot.
Yeah.
I could.
This is one of the
Not
things
right this moment. But I could.
I was going to try going into the way that Fire ran before. And the more I look at it, I'm unsure if that's the track that I should go. I think what we were starting to build before is going to be more of it. And Caleb Chaz said, glad to see you both back. Yeah, I'm very happy with this. And yes, we are just getting started with it.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate having the co-hosts that I did, but it was also a big lift on my side. And I think part of it is we work because we were so different, but also it made it a struggle because we were so different. And I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't think there's no bad blood per se, in any of it. Like I had no issue with him. I knew that we may not get the channel back that we had. I figured we would both end up somewhere else. And it's just unfortunate that the circumstances worked out the way they did, really. I hope he finds a place again. I know that he really liked being on Wild. So if ever a spot opens up there, that I think would be a cool spot for him. Cause he gets along with them very well. I do really like working with Abby. White Al, same thing is, I enjoyed working with him. He's been doing great over at, he's on Local Gold, but he's also showing up, to Local Hero with Thick Gemini, which
Yeah.
Thick Gemini
Apparently
is
that's where he wants
character.
to be. He wants to be on Hero.
Yeah. And I think it's because it's active. So that's going to be something that I'm going to do. I have a better setup right now for moving along. So I do want to, I think it's got to be more active because I don't think I'm much of a sit down person for the whole time. I like doing a bit of the sit down, but it's just, and I don't want to make this like a workshop for the whole rest of it. But I do want to point out, I see it too, guys. I see it too. But that being said, we do have a Fat Camp T goal for today. There's probably going to be a little more Fat Camp talk, but honestly, Abby, what are your thoughts on it? We kind of done with Fat Camp unless something specific comes back up.
Yeah. I mean, every show has kind of gone over everything.
Here's the thing I will say. I think that it's very shitty that everyone has taken large chunks of their show to use all the things that you were doing at Fat Camp as content and have spent the time simply knocking on you. One, because you were younger. Two, because like you were put in the medic role, right? And I know they're saying discount medic and all these other things, but you are officially like, you're a legit person. Like you have a real career. I get that you're young. And by the way, on camera at Fat Camp, when I saw you like just at the table, I was like, oh, she is like, you looked even younger sitting at the table at Fat Camp. And I'm like, oh shit, I forget. Like you were super young because I'm 36. Like I'm not saying I'm old, but I'm older. Right. So I get that like a lot of shows spent the time bashing on you or maybe spinning certain things that didn't work out well. Now, I put the bowling ball thing on there because that was like one of the issues of controversy today. So there was a clip that got pulled up about that I do have to say, I don't remember exactly how you said it, but I do believe you got it a little bit off. And let me just pull this up. But it was, I don't know. I haven't seen. I know you're my co-host, so obviously it's going to be like, oh, he's biased or whatever. But it was not with malicious intent that I saw. Sorry, I'm trying to find that clip again. It was the one for. Was it this one? Let me just make sure it is beforehand. No, it's not that one. This was right at Fat Camp with. And if you've got it, where is it? Where is it? This was the whole bowling ball
It was one of the
thing.
first clips.
Was it?
Sent in that thread.
I had it here and I lost it. Oh no. Why is it not showing up? Ah, my bad. I should have had it more prepped before I loaded it and fired it here. Sorry about that. Was it this one? Yes, there we go. All right, let's switch you guys over. Boom.
Oh.
And chat loading on the side every time with these is
prior
super
to
annoying.
this,
Yes, yeah, actually lead us
the
in
clip
on it.
before this, is Tina saying that she was the one who had said it.
Oh, okay, then let me show that first then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough, because I didn't realize what that was. I did not watch that
Well,
one.
that way would be
Perfect. I wish chat did not load like this every time. It's such a pain because every time you maximize it, you have to wait for it to fully load. So we're just going to fire it off. So this was Tina talking about the situation ahead of time.
Yeah. And she had said her son never said anything. It was her. And so that's what the second clip shows what actually happened.
be better. You know what I mean? I think it's still kind of, but it'll be better than what happened.
Okay, but see, then you didn't hear. I went back and did what you did today. I was up watching all the shit, all the little fucking clip channels of all the fucking shit.
Yeah.
And what was ironic to me that Ultra said, Abby, what about what Albert said to you about a bowling ball?
Oh,
Albert
yeah,
did
I've seen
say
that.
it, Abby. I did. I said 2 in the pink and 1 in the stink like a bowling ball.
But it was you
Why
and not Albert.
did you say that my son made a nice comment to you, Abby, about a bowling ball when in fact it was fucking me?
That's actually
A
insane.
nice comment.
John, these people.
I wouldn't say that's a nice comment.
It was not, obviously it was not the nicest comment. Now I'm going to say this. I've heard that phrase used a bunch.
Yeah.
I'm laughing because the phrase itself is objectively funny, right? Like at the end of the day,
Yeah.
how it was maybe used at the time, which we're going to see next. I don't know. I have so many different types of like, I had some pretty brutal friends growing up. We're pretty brutal on each other, but also like we're friends. It's not like brand new coworkers. So I get, like, to me, anytime you mention some of these little things, it was not you being like, oh, I can't take it. I got this one thing. Like, it was always just you being like, well, you said this too. Like, you also said something fucked up. Like when someone was comparing something, it was never, and I know this is going to sound like sweeping, but really, I don't know. I feel like you were always just using it in a pushback. Like, I don't know what anyone expects you to say, if not the things that they say. Now, granted, and we'll play this first and I'll continue on. You did get the person wrong to some extent. So we'll play this quick.
That was a lot of weight for you. You can barely pick her up. He's like, I could have threw her further if I grabbed her like a bowling ball. Oh, God! Put 2 in the pink and 1 in the stink and fucking threw her. Jesus Christ, Nina.
Okay.
Did I say something wrong?
So Tina was the one that said 2 in the pink, 1 in the stink. She is the
Yes.
one that said that, but
Yes.
someone had repeated what Albert had said about the bowling ball thing.
Well,
He had said it and he was far away.
here's my question on this, because I did watch this one a bit. Was it that Albert said, because this is going to be pedantic, but it's been a big issue of controversy apparently. Was it that Albert was like, oh, it would have been easier if I just like, whatever, however you would say it differently. And then I believe that was Billy's voice in the background saying, oh, it'd be easier if I grabbed her like a bowling ball. And then Tina followed it up with the actual phrase that's, I would say, well known. I don't know. It was at least well known that I've heard it before, of the 2 in the pink, 1 in the stink thing. Was it an escalation of Albert just being like, oh, it'd be funnier if I, just joking, like grab, whatever. And then it got escalated by everyone yes-anding it, trying to make bigger and more obscene jokes about it? Or like, did Albert just never say anything about, like, where's the line on this one? I'm trying to figure it out.
I mean, so from my perspective, it sounded like Billy had said, oh, he said pick her up like a bowling ball. Okay. And then Tina added on to it. But it was like her going up there and saying, I was the one who said all of it. She did add on the end part, but he was the one who initially said something. And again, okay, I want to preface this, like this and then the gold comment. Like, I don't care about things like this, but I already was so on edge about like the Ultra thing. I already was so uncomfortable, already so like I just had the ick that it was like all these extra little comments were just poking. And usually I don't give a fuck. Like things like that, I don't give a fuck. But if I'm already like at a point where I'm just like fucking exhausted by this shit.
Yeah, so this one to me was actually good that like the part that was there got captured, because it does seem like in a way you just heard, oh, he said that, right? Because someone's just like, in this case it was Billy, but just like expressing something that either he did or didn't say, and then Tina yes-anded it with, the more crass version of it, which again, to me, it's a funny haha, like, and it sounds like kind of the same to you, but it was just like that thing of all the things stacked together. So like, it doesn't sound like Albert said that exact phrase. He may have said the other one, or it was just Billy saying it as an initial funny and assigning it to someone else that was participating, right? Because like Billy couldn't say like, oh, I said this, because like, well, Billy, you weren't out, right? It wouldn't make sense for him to say it for himself.
Yeah.
You would say it for the person doing the thing.
Mm-hmm.
I like that one's easy to clarify, or at least as easy as possible, right? So did he say that exact thing? No. But at the same time, I think that clears up where it all came from. I don't know. I thought that was a good one, that at least it was clarified at the end of the day. Sassy Italian says, it doesn't help that Tina was trashing her since he got there. Tina, did you not? Was it you that had an issue with Tina earlier on, like long before Fat Camp?
No, I had never like interacted with her at all.
You would not. There was someone that, it was Sweet Tea that had it. Okay, I'm thinking of Sweet Tea that had an interaction with her at one point. But yeah, I don't know. I've not had many interactions with Tina. She's popped into some of my shows and been, just kind of helpful on the show. But like, yeah, she's very abrasive, and she's been doing this so long, like her default is going to be coming in and picking shit apart, right? Like, and rightfully so. There's a lot of stuff for each of us to pick apart, because she receives it in return. So I get that, like, her making those jokes were to me, objectively funny, but in the time, I don't know. I get it. You're a little bit messed up. Now here's the other. There was another bit on this too. Let's see. Because there was a clip following up on that. Let me just mute this quick. Was this the... Nope, that was the Fat Camp one. The one you put below it here. Oh, yes. So this was now still Reapers, but they were covering Lolcow Gold and the discussion on that about yo mans.
There's some kind of liar, some kind of twisted bitch.
Sorry, I didn't share it. My bad. I'm going to get back in the groove. Since I don't have the back end in the same way, I have my setup a little different, so it's a little bit slower switching. We'll get there. We'll get there. Boom. Yes, there we go.
Like, or any type of negative way, you're done. People are going to think of that forever. Because this could be completely honest on Abby's part, but because Abby has had multiple instances where she's lied or misunderstood heavily a situation, she's just like not verifiable. We can't authorize a fucking thing, right? We don't know for a fact. And it does seem like her boyfriend really runs her. It seems like her boyfriend is an SJW that lives in the fucking Discord. Like, he's like, I would say he's like S1K, but I actually do like S1K personally. I think he's a cool dude. He talks a lot of shit to everyone. He defends his girl. I get it. He's definitely fucked up a lot and went way too far. But this guy's kind of more twisted than S1K in the way that he's like a super SJW, and he gets on the phone with Abby after like she does a show on Gold, and he's probably like, oh, I didn't like the way that.
All right, I'm going to pause it right there. Right up front, I'll at least say this. Like, right up front, it's understandable that a significant other is going to, like, be protective, right? And I told you very early on, I was like, look, I get it. Like, both of you were younger. I get it. But I pointed to the S1K situation. I was like, that one went crazy. Like, that one went crazy for a while. Now, S1K is now, I won't say loved in the Discord, but has a group of people that he talks with. Like, he's not like bashed on all the time. He's still used for the original example. But I was just like, hey, just so you know, that style doesn't work, right? Like, kind of the advice I'd given up front. Like, the defense thing, it just doesn't work because everyone's going to find ways to twist it. And both of you were like very receptive. You're like, oh yeah, okay, that makes sense, right? And I have found him, at least from what I've seen, to be like pretty much just another viewer now at this point, right? Like, not really.
Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah, he's like not.
He doesn't even go in the Discord anymore.
Right. Or like from time to time, he'll just like have a random comment about something, not even like about something with you. And again, I know all these are going to sound like sweeping, but some of these things are things I've given advice on where I was just like, hey, you were never going to fight the battle. Like, if anything, leave Abby to fight the battle because that's going to give her a chance, one, for talking about the situation, but two, like, just a heads up, and any of the points that you have, like, you're fine with saying them, but just realize, like, there might be a ton of viewers that are just going to sit there and shit on you because they have nothing better to do sometimes, or maybe they have something valid. And like, I think both of you guys were super receptive to this. So Josh was like, oh, there's nothing verifiable. And then he goes, oh, I think he's going to call Abby right after each show. So he's just inventing a thing out of nowhere that's now
no proof of that.
No, not verifiable,
no
Josh. Like, dude,
just literally
what are you
just
doing?
saying that my boyfriend, like, what did he say that? What was it? What did he call my boyfriend in this?
He said, okay, he's definitely fucked up a lot. He talks a lot of shit to everyone. He defends his girl. I get it. He's definitely fucked up a lot and went way too far. But this guy's kind of more twisted than S1K in the way that he's like a super SJW, and he gets on the phone with Abby after like she does a show on Gold, and he's probably like, oh, I didn't like the way that they said that to you and they did this to you, and then immediately she turns her feelings into his.
Invented. No?
Yeah, that is 100%. 100%. What did he call me? He said he controls me or something in this.
He said that your boyfriend is a more twisted than S1K, a super SJW, and probably calls you up and says, oh, I don't like the way that blah, 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 talk about you and this, and you should respond this way, and you return that. From what I know,
woman,
that seems entirely speculation. Now, granted, there's been some things where it's been over the top. There was one user that I nuked up front that I then told you after the stream what they said. And obviously your boyfriend's like, oh, that's fucked up. But the reason I nuked them out of the chat entirely is because what they said was like straight up way beyond TOS. And it's a person that's now banned across all channels. So yeah, did he have opinion that day? Yeah, but he wasn't like, oh, let's go on a ban streak. Let's, but I've never had any of that talking in the background with him. Like, he's just been like, oh, hey man, cool to meet you, whatever. Like, he's been very cool. Sour Power redirect into Lol Cow Chubby at 6 a.m. I believe the redirect is in. I'm going to check, but I'm assuming that's going to be in. Again, I don't have background, but thank you, Zekwi. I always appreciate the reminders. So I'm hoping the redirect's in. When the time comes, I will definitely be posting the link in chat and hope that the redirect is in there. But yeah, getting back to that, there's a massive speculation. And again, I don't know what he said. Like, he very well could be that, right? So I'm also not saying it's not. But from all my experiences, the few times I've talked to him in the background, like, if anything, he's just much more helpful in the background of, like, if there's something we need, for some show ideas, like helping you suggest a few things, not directing content, but like if I suggest things, just in the background chatting a little bit, but not, I have never seen him be like directive towards you in a way like, you need to do this, you need to do that. If anything,
no,
I'm surprised. I'll say this, like, I know up front that you were nervous about going, right? Like, that's very obvious. And my opinion was like, I think if you want to stay doing this, it would be a cool life experience. As someone young, I said yes to things that were scary and whatever. And granted, I'm a dude, but like, it'll be something, even if it's tough and you had some certain bad things, it would probably be something you'd look at and say, I did this thing. But also I said, if you don't feel safe, whatever, don't go. And from at least a small amount, again, I'm not saying anything crazy in the background, but your man was kind of just like, yeah, like, I'm concerned, but to me, he was very open to you being able to do this. Like, as someone young, be like, yeah, you don't know these people. Some of them are known as the most worst people on the internet. Have fun. Like, to be even receptive to that is insane to me. Like, that takes a lot of like, I trust you, right?
If he didn't want me to go, he would not have given me his card to go. Like, we have 2 cars, but if he really did want me to go, he wouldn't, and he's not controlling, but he would have put his foot down and been like, I'm not comfortable with this at all. Like, no, like, no, like, let's talk more about this. Let's really think about what you're doing. I hate the whole narrative that, like, I only get upset at things because my boyfriend does, or like, no, I'm allowed to get upset about things on my own. I'm also allowed to communicate with my boyfriend about things because we're in a relationship. And if things bother him, I'm going to take that into consideration with the things that I say or the things that I do. Like, I tell him a lot of things. He does not come to me and tell me things. Like, he's not watching every show and being like, oh my God, these people did blah, 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 blah. Like, that's not how this works. It's, I don't know. I hate the whole thing.
I wanted to give you a chance to kind of like respond on that a bit, because like I said, my experience in the background has also been like, it's weird, right? Like, you're putting yourself out there and it's not that you're putting your family out there, but you're putting a piece of yourself out there. So we have seen hosts that sometimes live on stream. There's one of them that's Voldemorted that like actively was abused on stream because of, and it was a male, not even a female, that was actively abused on stream because of them streaming. We've seen terrible partners in the LCU that then obviously got addressed or whatever else, but like, we've seen that, and I've never seen anything like that. And it's something that keeps getting talked about of like, oh, so you had a call with your partner, so it must have meant that you shared all this terrible things and you just like talked all this shit and did all. It's like, no, you're going to talk about what happens maybe a little bit, but I have not had any experience wherever that's come up in the background. Like, even like I said, even when there was times where I've like removed a comment or something that was actually fucked up towards you. And in Jester, I think I've removed a total of 2 people before it got handed over. And then I've removed 4 other people that were actively like doxing. And it was the same person like 3 times that was doxing in the Jester chat during all Fat Camp. Like, I let everything go through pretty much on that channel, short of like TOS stuff. And again, it was a very good crowd. There was no TOS stuff. So to then have that kind of thing put out there. I wanted to give you a chance to respond on that because to me, I don't know. I didn't see it. And I've seen a lot of speculations like what happened here. Again, I'm cool with Josh, but like there's been times he's speculated on things out of nowhere. I'm like, you're kind of the dude that does the receipts thing. It's very weird to me that, especially someone not there, that you're then like, oh, I think it's probably this, and then run with that. And then it builds, right? The conversation builds.
And then that whole audience thinks that that's what's happening.
Right.
And like, it's just. And then Carol, Abby, you were never awake enough at Fat Camp to speak up. WTF. I'm going to get real for a second. So every other channel has been able to talk about the situation but me. So I'm going to get real for a second. Because I don't think it's fair that every other channel has been able to talk about it but me. I avoided a certain person most of Fat Camp. Like the second week, it was extra bad. The first week, I was settling in. Like the first couple of days, I was settling in. I was still like a lot of anxiety, a lot of like, oh my God, I'm in front of this many people. The biggest audience I've ever been in front of. The second week, it was all of the girls sitting in the girls' room. Like it was like we had our little group in there, and like I was hiding from somebody. I didn't want to have to look over my shoulder constantly. I didn't want to have to worry about, I go into this room and then all of a sudden this person is in this room with me, or I go in the Jester's room, they're in there with me. I leave the Jester's room. All of a sudden they've left the Jester's room. The women's room, it's a safe place. Sadly. I didn't sleep so much at Fat Camp. Like I think the most sleep I got in a night while I was there was 8 hours. Like crazy. And then there was one day where I slept for a really long time because everyone was getting super sick at Fat Camp, and I like had a fever and had to like set out. Like I quarantined myself because I wasn't gonna get a bunch of people sick.
Right. And plus, like you weren't, like obviously you had the fire show, which couldn't run for part of the time, and then had a co-host at the time that didn't show. But it's not like you were going to be like, obviously for the one live that we showed, like it was like, oh, hey, jump in, you got the pie in the face things like that. But it wasn't like you're going to be the first person invited to every single like big show event. Right.
Yeah.
And I know that, like, obviously, and again, we mentioned before, like you got a little bit mocked for the medic thing, but like at the end of the day, you were also like the medic for some of the things that were, potentially higher physicality type things. Right. So you being on stream for those, one, kind of doesn't make sense, right? Because what would be the accusation then? Like you're taller, but you're a relatively skinny girl. Like if you're getting a high physicality thing where Boogie and Steak are punching each other, it's gonna be like, yeah, Abby's gonna get in there with one of the gloves and punch, right? Like it doesn't make sense to even have you in those kind of content things. Yeah, so there's some of the things that you were going to be sitting probably off camera for, but like right there. Yeah. So it's like, are you on camera? No, but you're there.
No.
And that's that's one of the big things too, is I think everyone forgets, at home, to be fair, like I have my background, I have my computer, but I'm sitting in one of my rooms. At the Fat Camp, what you're looking at the other way is sometimes a bunch of people, one of them being Abby sometimes, where it's like your cameras. I think there was the booth. And again, I'm describing it just from like one or two shots I've seen where the cameras flip, but there could be a bunch of the hosts just like mogging you too while you're trying to do your show. And we do our shows to our camera, at the end of the day, in a spot we're used to. Being in a new place, people you just recently knew, some of them maybe had problems, some of you didn't. And then sometimes they're staring you down, which, can be weird in itself. Even if it's someone you like, you're just like, oh shit, like there's actually a person here. And like sometimes you might have had to talk about them or talk about something that happened with them, and they're there. That's a different kind of story too. So I get it why like people said that you didn't always appear on camera as much, but it's like it didn't make sense for you too in a lot of these spots.
Yeah. Tina was also making accusations about you sleeping all the time, completely forgetting you have a 4 a.m. show. I showed up to all of them. That's crazy. Even without co-hosts, showed up to all of them.
That's true. Yeah. 100%.
Unless you're confusing me with someone else who showed up to Fat Camp to do one fucking show and she couldn't show up for that. Unless you're confusing me with her, but you know. All right.
I get your saltiness. It's so hard when you're trying to do a thing. Like you and I have just started again building up. Oh, actually, that's a good question I've seen come up about the leg. Guys, it would be nice if we get a little bit of support towards the end towards this, because we are kind of just doing it. And I don't want to lock anything. Like, I don't think we've been locking any stuff behind a paywall, but we do want to turn in some kind of report card. Again, I'm going to switch it up so it's a little more active tomorrow. But if you guys wouldn't mind, a little bit behind it. But you've been getting questions about Tina's leg. Now, obviously, you're not like a full-on doctor, right? You're there to treat what you can at the time.
No. But she did get treated, like, off camera. And, like, someone said I didn't even put Neosporin on it. No, I put, like, actual medicated, like, not over-the-counter Neosporin on it. Like, I wrapped it up, and then I offered to the next day fix it and, like, continue to do it. She didn't want it. She just didn't want it. She's like, no. But she complained about it being too tight, but would not let me fix it. And I'm not just going to touch someone without their consent. She just would not let me fix it. And she had, like, actual antibiotics coming. So, yeah, I treated her. Yeah, she off camera. I mean, most people, like, even if I had a medical emergency, I don't want a camera in my face.
Right. Yeah.
Even if it's, like, just a small, like, scrape across my arm, I don't want that in my face. Like, I want, you know, off camera.
Right.
You fix it up off camera. But, I mean, I made sure, because she was worried about, like, infections. I made sure that it was very clean, a lot of antibiotic on it.
And I'm not a medical person by any means, but I do know, like, there's some type of wraps too that, like, as things, like, especially if it's been harmed, like you get swelling or whatever, the amount that you wrap it originally, like, they get tighter, and or your spot would, like, swell into it a bit, right? So it's tightened by your body growing towards it too. So if it was any kind of issues like that, and you're seeing something in the chat, I'll let you just go. I see you making a face.
She lied, saying you didn't do shit after the first day, and said whatever you put on her gave her an infection. Smart people know she's lying, though. So like I just said, I literally, so after I did it, I said, hey, tomorrow, like, let's redo this every day. So there's no risk of infection at all. Like, I will redo it every day. I'll redress it. I'll re-clean it. Everything. And she agreed to that. And then the next day when I went up to her, it was like, hey, let's redo it. No. And I was like, okay. And then she wanted it, like, untightened or, you know, loosened or whatever. Because she was talking shit about me not thinking I was sitting there. She was like, that fucking medic put that shit on too tight. And I was like, I'll fix it for you. No. Then don't fucking complain. Don't complain. Don't complain. There's nothing I can do. I can't hold you down and do it, because then we are going to have a problem.
Right. And also, like I said, like, you're a medical professional in the sense that you're there for what you were there for. But, like, it's not like she just showed up and could go to urgent care and get whatever her issue like, by the sounds of it, I believe she said it's going to be like Friday, and she has to go in for, like, a whole thing to get it fixed too. It's not like it was a, this was a take care of it in the moment situation. It's not a, oh, I'm treating you and you're all better. Have a clean bill of health. Like, that's an ongoing thing that's, like, actively messed up by the sounds of it. So.
And that's why she had, like, medication on the way. And I know she needed her, like, actual prosthetic leg fixed.
Yeah.
So,
and
I can't do that.
I hope all of that works out too, because just living with that in general, I know, is tough. I've actually had some motorcycle people that have had prosthetic limbs that come out to the track, and I've seen all the struggles of, like, oh, it's not just put it on and away you go. Like, it kind of just sucks to have all the time. Oh, we are actually running to time, so I am going to look up the next chat for Chubbies. If you just want to finish up on any thoughts for it. Again, guys, tomorrow I'm going to try some active stuff out in the garage as well. Because I don't just like the sit down formula. I don't know if it works. It doesn't seem like it's working for you guys as well. Feel free to tag me in the Discord with any ideas you have. I am going to come up with the long goal for, again, we're going to start doing some Easter stuff. But I'm thinking like this weekend after we might do, at least for myself, like the outside thing. Hopefully it's going to be good enough weather. Let me just look up Lil Cow Chubbies real quick, because I want to be sure that
I've got a good
link in
idea
here just in case the redirect didn't get put in. I am going to yell multiple times tomorrow again to get the redirect or the back end access, because it's kind of a little bit difficult me doing some of the things that I do on the OBS end without it. But again, 100% thank you to Kimmy for standing up in the background. She is the savior for today.
Thank you.
This is the link to the Lil Cow Chubby one that we are hopefully going to be redirecting you to, but if not, I appreciate it. Abby, I'm glad that you got to get out some of your side on things, because I don't know, I was under the impression that like everything was kind of covered, and it seemed like a handful of shows today just used it to sort of spin things towards you a little bit harder than should have been. So I wanted you to get a chance to say your part. Maybe there'll be more responses. I don't know. But
there will be. I do want to go over something that every show is talking about and trying to spin it in a not very good light. And I've got quite a few clips to put everything into perspective. Because I know I'm calling it now. Okay, the moment Ultra gets back here, he is about to come up with some absolute BS. And so I am just going to absolutely discredit his, like, he's a liar. He's a fucking liar. And I've got plenty of clips to prove him absolutely contradicting himself. So when he eventually does come out and say, I was flirting with him, I did this, I led him on, I blah, 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 he's going to say it. I already know he's going to say it. So I'm just going to go ahead and be the first person to bam, 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 bam. Here's all the reasons why you're a goddamn fucking liar.
Good. I get to be uncomfortable. This is going to be fun. Well, I'm going to drop the link to the Chubbies again. Thank you, Abby. And we will maybe have a new song tomorrow too. Yeah.
Yes, we will. Yes,
and
we will.
if I get really lucky, we get some TTS sounds, because as much as I love being a fire slut, you know, I'd rather maybe be something else. But until then, guys, we are going to end this. Hopefully it redirects you. If not, check out the link in the chat. I appreciate it. It's been fun. We're getting our footing here. Thank you.